We are recording now. So welcome, ladies. This is our Rise Up Zoom call that we have, monthly Zoom call that we have on Thursday. So welcome, everybody. There's so much excitement happening, but before we get started, I wanted to ask you guys. Lindsay gave us homework last time that we met, and the homework was to contact 5 people. Did anybody do that? And if you did, how did it go? Remember the homework?
I contacted 5 people, and out of those 5, 2 were interested, and they told me they would get back to me this coming week.
Good. Awesome. Anybody else? Don't be shy, except when we're in class, you don't want to make eye contact with the teacher.
I reached out to some friends. 2 of them said they would get back to me. They were gonna get their numbers out together, but I haven't heard from them.
Good. Planting those seeds, that's good. Good. Anybody else?
I reached out to 5 and I did have one join last week.
Awesome. Yay, Hilda. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I also asked like around 3 of them, and one of them actually joined. So the other 2, I'm still waiting on a response, pero we'll see how that goes.
Awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, I think the hardest part is just asking, right?
Yes.
All right. Anybody else?
I contacted the 5 people as well.
How did it go, Natasha?
But I also did order a bunch of the clearance items and fragrances, and I'm gonna see how that will do with the videos.
Awesome. Good. It's good to try something new for sure. All right, so good job, guys. Don't, and always remember to keep asking more people. If you ask 5, ask another 5, because you never know. I mean, they might say no right now, or we'll get back to you, but you keep planting those seeds, and then before you know it, they're all going to want to be joining. So good job, guys. All right, so with that being said, we have a lot of people joining Scentsy right now. We have a lot of people that are taking advantage of the join promotion for only $20. So I'm sure that we all have had questions, or we wish we had done things differently, or wish we had known certain things when we first became a consultant, and when we also sponsored our first consultant underneath us to build our team. So the popular question right now that everybody has is, what do you wish you had known as a new consultant, and what do you wish you had known as a mentor when you first recruited somebody? So I'm gonna pick on my directors. They all have so many great tips and advice. I learn from them every single day. So I want you guys to learn from them. So I'm gonna ask them these 2 questions, and hopefully it helps you all. All right, so Crystal Mendez, go ahead. So what is something you wish you had known as a new consultant, and what is something that you wish you had known when you first sponsored your first recruit?
Hey everybody, I'm Crystal. I'm sorry, first of all, that there might be some background noise, but that brings me to my first, what I wish I would have known as a mentor is to really encourage people. Right now I'm at my son's football game, so I'm out and about, and to really just encourage my team to know that you can work your business pretty much from anywhere. And that's the beauty of being a Scentsy consultant and having your own business, that you're not tied down to one location. You can do it from anywhere. You can be successful from anywhere. And so as a mentor, that's something that I want my team to always know, that you have a lot of freedom with this job and to make what you want of it. And you can do it pretty much from anywhere. But with that being said, also, the one thing I wish I would have really known when I started as a consultant, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I barely started doing this not too long ago, is samples. Samples are so important, to get samples into the hands of your customers, because the best way that you're going to sell something is by actually getting the product in their hands. And I'm not just talking wax samples, I'm talking our room sprays, our washer whips, counter cleaner, anything. It's so important to get those samples into the hands of your customers. It's a little bit of an expense on your part, but you generate so many sales when you give them products that they can actually hands-on try. And that's been my personal experience, that as soon as I use something and I share it with them, whether it be, that I make little bottles of, especially my Scentsy Fresh. I love to give samples of Scentsy Fresh. I generate a lot of sales off of that. So that's been a really big help. So don't forget about samples, and not just not just wax samples. Make sure that you're getting those products, sharing them with all of your customers, and you will be making money back just on your sales. So I hope that helps you guys, and I hope you guys continue to be very successful.
Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, and I love that you're actually at your son's football game, because it's so true. We can work our business from anywhere and everywhere. That's the beauty of this business, that we take it with us anywhere. So yeah, great. Thanks, Crystal. All right, Melissa Portillo, tell us.
Hello. So I kind of wanted to touch base with everybody. Can you guys hear me first of all? Because I'm having to hide in the garage.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to talk about Shooting Star, how important it is, whether you're a new consultant or you're a seasoned consultant and you are recruiting. A lot of times we forget with the Shooting Stars because we haven't done it, or we're new to it. So recap, once you start, let's say you start today, which is the 20th, you have 15 days to do your first $500 PRV order, or multiple orders to hit that goal. So with doing so, then it allows you qualify for the Shooting Star Award, and then it qualifies you to purchase the Shooting Star kit for $200, which the value is almost like at $500. So it gives you extra products, and you get PRV value for it. And this is kind of very key when, especially recruiting and you're getting, new consultants below you, for them to understand that. The deadline is 15 days, but I always like to tell my consultants 10 days. So it gives them the 5-day cushion. If, let's say, they got a $375 first launch party order, then they have, still $125 that they can still do, or maybe things they might want to have on stock or in hand. Or do a second order. So it's super important, because that leads you up to, sensational start. And then once you qualify and you get that $500 PRV, whether it was in 3 days or on the 15th day, then you have 90 days to purchase your Shooting Star kit. And I'm trying to see, I wonder if I could, well, if you guys need the Shooting Star kit, please feel free to message me and I can send you a picture of what it contains. Or you can go to the news tab. And when you go to the news tab and you go search, just put Shooting Star, and it's going to show you exactly what you get on there. But that is the key conversation to have with your new recruits on day one, because the 15th day and the 90th day starts on day one. So if they started today would be day one. So I kind of want to talk to you guys about that. Does anybody have any questions? No.
That's so smart. And it's true, Melissa. It's to get them going right away, and to not let go of that excitement. So yeah, there's a reason why Scentsy gives us those goals, and the Shooting Star and Sensational Star, because they're important. They're really, really important. So great.
Yes.
Great tips.
And you should definitely have that conversation with them when they are signing up or thinking about signing up, that's their number one goal with their launch party, is to hit that goal within the 10 to 15 days. So
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Melissa. All right, Eva, let's hear from you, Miss Eva.
Well, hello, everybody. So one of the things that I wish I had known, and it's not through anybody's fault but mine, because when I first joined, I thought, well, this system's pretty easy, and it's orders are easy to input. And guess what? I missed out on a perpetual reward. So for those of you that do not know, any order over $200 earns you not only a half price item and 10% off, 10% in host credit, but you also get a perpetual reward that you can offer to your hostess, or if you don't have a hostess and you're doing a big party order, then you can take that, and that's a half off product. So don't forget, before you hit that submit button, anything over 200, a party, make sure that you cash in on that perpetual reward, which you find that when you go up to the tab that says party summary, and it'll bring you to the screen where you can choose any half price product. Again, you can take that for yourself or offer it to your hostess or to whoever you want. So just make sure, I did miss out on one, and I also failed to tell one of my recruits, and so they missed out. So I kind of felt really bad about that. Don't let that happen to you. Don't make the mistake that I made. And so as far as for once I became a leader, one thing that I always remind my leaders is to check your reports, because now that you are a leader, you have people under you, and it's important for you to keep up just with what Melissa was saying, when their shooting star dates are, when they're going to promote to from essential to certified, when they get sensational start. Keep your team updated on all that, because they're new. They don't know what's going on. They might not know all these milestones and goals that they need to reach. So if you are a lead or above, please make sure that you check those reports, and there's training on that. Or if you have any questions on that, either one of us will be happy to help you out. So don't forget. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Eva. Yeah, and it's so true. Before we didn't have the reminder that, hey, you're going to get charged $5 if you don't use your hostess reward. So I think all of us have missed out on a half off or some credits or stuff because it didn't used to remind us. And now when it does, I've had several people ask me, like, what is the $5? What am I getting charged for? And I'm like, yeah, that's what the half off items and the free. So so it's a great reminder. And remember, you are a leader the minute you recruit even just one person. I know when I first joined, I thought, well, I'm not going to be a leader till I'm a director. No, I was so wrong. Like, we are leaders the minute we recruit that one person, because we are committing to taking them by the hand and blessing them with this opportunity. And so we become their mentor, really. So I don't like the word recruit. I prefer mentor, because that's exactly what we are to our new consultants, as mentors. So thank you. Thank you, Eva.
Thank you.
All right. Georgina, tell us.
Hi, everybody. My name's Georgina. And the one thing I wanted to talk to you all about, I wish I knew when I first started, and that was how to send our rewards. When we get to put our parties in, whether it's our launch party or any other order that totals 200 and it counts as a party, what do we get to begin with, and how do we use our rewards? And so what I think was important is, when I first started, I didn't know, do I get bars? Do I get circles? Do I get bulbs, warmers? So it's really hard. It was something really hard. And I was always asking my sponsor, well, what's the best thing to get? And so my advice would be bars, because everybody always wants bars on hand. Plus then you can always show those to your customers and you can make samples. So it's something nice to have samples. Circles are nice to also pick up as part of the rewards, because a 6-pack of circles is only $15, and if you get that for half price, it's only $7.50. So that's a really good item to get as some of your rewards when you first start. And if you want to get warmers, start with the mini warmers, because you can pick those up for $10 half price, or if you get it for free, obviously for $20. But I think that was something that I wish I knew. Hindsight's 2020. When you first start, you really don't know what you should have on hand, because we don't want to carry a lot of product to begin with. And then as a mentor, when I first became a leader as well, what I think is really important now that I'm trying to teach my team is to really get to know the compensation plan. So when I first looked at that compensation plan, it looks very confusing and there's lots of numbers and bonuses. But once you really break it down and you look at it, it is not confusing. And so I think teaching your first team member that you sponsor, and as you're a mentor to that team person, really explain that compensation plan and tell them that it's not just about hitting numbers, but because there are 3 important parts to that. And that is $500 in personal sales every month. And then of course, having the correct number of active frontline, and then hitting the group wholesale volume or team wholesale, group wholesale volume for your group based on what level you're at. So knowing that you have to hit those 3 in order to get those bonuses and not leave any money on the table, I think is really important, because then it will help your team members to know that they can make an extra X number of dollars a month. And it encourages them to keep meeting their numbers, understand what that means, and then teach that on to their team. And of course, that's what we want to do, is help them so that they can better themselves and better their teams as well. Does anybody have any questions?
Just wanted to make a comment. Another good thing to have on hand with that quote unquote free money, bulbs. People are always asking me for bulbs.
Bulbs, thank
And
you.
so it's good to have at least a 3-pack of every size because I get asked for them all the time. And if they're a very good customer of mine, I sometimes just say, you know, here's a bulb, and they're all happy about it because they've already gone to the Dollar Tree and bought that bulb that doesn't work, and they're up in arms about it. But anyway, that's another good inexpensive item to have on hand.
Thank you, Eva.
Thank you, ladies. Yep, those are all great tips. I know it's for new consultants. There's like so much information, and even when we were all new consultants, you kind of feel like, oh my gosh, it's so much at one time. But the best advice I think is just one step at a time. We all learn as we go, and myself, I learned from mistakes. Like I missed that perpetual reward one time. You better believe that I'm not going to miss it again. So sometimes it's good to just, you know, you tell them once and then, you know, let them fly a little bit, and then they'll come back and be like, oh, you were right. That's why you said that. And it's like, yeah, you know, kind of the way we are with our kids sometimes. We kind of have to. But thank you, ladies. All right, and last but not least, Sandra. We're trying to see her. Oh, there you are, Sandra.
Hi, everybody. Well, the thing for me that I wish I would have done different, or I would have known, I should say, as a new consultant, was to open my starter kit or my join kit. I procrastinated about close to 2 weeks to even get my kit open and get my business started. So that put me in a fallback for hitting the shooting star, because I kept saying, I'll do it later, and I'll do it later, and I'll do it later. So building that excitement with my new business is what I wish I would have done, you know, at the beginning when I first joined. And as the mentor, I think letting my friends, my downline know that the way that they're going to start earning more money is by recruiting, and start recruiting as soon as you join, because you have the excitement, you have the momentum, people are happy, you're putting it out there, and you're excited that you're joining this amazing company. So people are going to want to do what you're doing and following your footsteps.
Very true, Sandra. And I want to know, Sandra, how is it that you can receive a package and not open it right away? Like the minute something gets on my doorstep, or I hear the doorbell ring and I know it's UPS, like I want to run and just see what it is, you know, whether it's Scentsy, it's not. My husband gets so mad at me. He's like, those were my protein shakes. Why did you have to open it? I'm like, I don't know, because it's like Christmas. Why not?
Because I'm a natural born procrastinator.
Yeah, no more.
And you know what? Honestly, I did sales for a very long time. I did sales for about 16 years, but I never did direct sales. So I really didn't know the concept of having your own business, what it entailed to run your business and how it was going to work. It was pretty much dictated to me before, like, you do this, and this. And now it's something totally different where we work it if we're buying groceries, or, you know, at your son's game. You know, it's so nice that we could tailor it to our lifestyle. And I think that's what made me a little bit more like, oh, I'll do it later, without knowing and realizing, you know, the amazing things, opening my starter kit, the amazing things that it has brought to me, you know, and my family.
Yeah, no, and that's so true. That's a difficult part of an independent Scentsy consultant, is we're all independent. Nobody's going to be knocking on your door, your sponsor, your upline. Nobody asking like, hey, are you working your Scentsy business? It's up to us to want it. And I think the important part as a mentor too is making them see the bigger picture. Whether it's just submitting a $200 order, $500 order, whatever it may be. I think when they see that first commissions, or when they see them start growing, that's what's going to keep them accountable to do what they have to do. But it is so easy to put Scentsy on the back burner, and that's something that we don't want to do, but I mean, I could see where it could happen, but independent consultants is, yeah, like Sandra said, we need to remind ourselves that nobody's going to do it for us. So thank you, Sandra. All right, so how about,
I'm sorry, but that is a very different mind frame, I guess. When you start your business, is to realize that we are each independent owners of our own business, and our sponsors and our mentors and our SSDs, everybody upline and even below us will help us. But really, it's our baby, it's our job, it is our creation, or whatever we want to call it, because we're the ones that are going to be solely responsible for our success. You know, we learn from everyone, and we can have mentors, and we can learn from everyone in our team, but it really is up to us. And I think that's the hardest thing to teach our new people, and even the ones that have been in Scentsy already, is that we are responsible for ourselves, and to get up every day, get up early, and, you know, work, whether you work 8 hours at it or 2 hours, whatever you want to put into it, it is our sole responsibility. And we have a lot of help. We don't have to do it by ourselves, but we do have to be the ones to jump up and do it. Like Sandra said, you know, her box sat there and nobody was checking on her, or if they were, she wasn't answering. But
that's what it was.
It is completely up to us, and that's a different, you know, we're not the boss of anybody. We are our own boss, and that's the beauty of this business.
In the training on Tuesday, they did state that all of us are on our own journey. We can't compete with one another. We're here to encourage each other to build together as a team, not as like we're a team individually, but don't compete with each other in that form.
Right. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's like I could never compare myself to Lindsay, right? Because Lindsay's been in Scentsy a lot longer. Of course, she's got a bigger organization, but I definitely want to use her for motivation. So this is why you have mentors. Ask for their help. Ask them, hey, how did you get there? What did you do? Some people are more visual. Some people are more like, you know, step by step, take me by the hand, and that's fine. There's all kinds of consultants that we're gonna have, recruit, whatever you want to say. But just know that there's no wrong way to do it. Some people, you know, catch on faster. Some people don't. Some people move up faster. Some people don't, and that's okay. It's all about the timing. But we have to remember that as long as you're working your Scentsy business every single day, whether it's while you're at work or you're at your son's football game or you're sending some text messages, that's key. Sometimes you get response and you get sales or you get recruits, and there's sometimes you don't. But then all of a sudden you see all the work you've done the whole week. What happens? Like Friday, Saturday comes and everybody wants to buy, everybody wants to join, and you're like, what? It's all those seeds that you've planted that whole time. So don't get discouraged. You know, I know there was times where I'm like, nobody's responding. I put a post on Facebook. Why are people not liking my post? Why are people not commenting? And then I post like 2 days later and all these people are commenting. I'm like, you know, I don't know what it is, but sometimes it's just, we've got better days. Sometimes we just not so much, but that's okay. It happens. It happens. The thing is to not get discouraged, keep moving forward, and ask for help. When, you know, you're upline, downline, or even if they're not your upline and downline, there's such a big group of, right now there's 52 of us. Any of us, I can guarantee that we're all willing to answer questions and help each other. And that's a great thing about working in a group, like, you know, that Lindsay put together this Rise Up group, because there is somebody that we can all connect with and maybe work our Scentsy business the same way that they do, because we connect with them in some way, shape, or form. So it's important to always remember that too. But anybody else, so what is something that you wish you had done when you first joined, or wish you had known, whether when you first joined or when you sponsored your first consultant?
Can I share something?
Yeah.
Veronica?
Yes.
So when, you know, back in the early days, we did not have the tools or the workstation that we have today. And we were creating everything that we sent out to our new people. And that was like the breakdown of the first 70 days, the first 15 days, you know, things like that. And the workstation, which, I mean, I wish I had this when I first recruited people and when I first joined, but, you know, I mean, that was 12 and a half years ago. So they didn't have those things. And now they really have like it laid out. They have papers on our workstation of exactly what to do when you sponsor somebody for like the first 90 days that you've got the person basically. And it's like what to do on this day and send them an email about this and share this. And it breaks it down so that we don't have to recreate the wheel anymore. I mean, we were all running around doing, and that's, I mean, obviously this was, you know, in 2008, social media was not what it is today. And so we weren't sharing the kinds of things that we are sharing now with our files and things like that. But so many consultants have come along and they've kind of honed in on these great ideas. And so I think that using our workstation, using those ways that other consultants have taken it and changed it and turned it into more manageable or something that works for them, those things are so important for us to use when we recruit, and then also to share and pass down. And I like to listen to a lot of podcasts about leadership and stuff like that. And one of the biggest things is like successful leaders create reproducible systems that are easy to do on their own. And so, you know, creating something that's so hard that nobody else could duplicate it, then you're not helping your new recruits out. So if you are making a duplicatable system that I can do, and then I can teach you to teach your downline, to teach their downline, to teach their downline, then we are creating something that we will then have just explode, you know, before us, rather than having, you know, like some girls are just born with this, as my husband calls it, the gift of gab, you know, like they can just charm their way into anybody joining them for whatever reason. Not me. Like that's not how I can't talk people into joining, you know, if for anything. And so it's something that, you know, like I have to approach it a different way because I just don't have that. So making systems that are duplicatable, like we've talked about, and having these things, you know, letting them know about these certain, you know, perks or these certain things that we offer and have, and sharing our community and sharing our support and what Scentsy is and all these different aspects is helpful, so that they can say, okay, well, she's just not a charmer. That's not how I joined. You know, she shared these things. I can go and share those things too. You know, I don't have to be just Miss Popularity from high school to be able to get a big downline. And I think that that's scary for a lot of us when we're recruiting, is we think, oh, the people don't like us, or I wasn't very popular, I can't really talk to a lot of people. And that's not what it is about. We need to be able to teach our downline the things that they can reproduce, that are tangible and that are concrete, so that they can be just as successful as us with the personality that they come into Scentsy with.
I know that, Allison. Yeah, you're so right. The simplicity part of it, you're so right. I mean, Scentsy talks about that all the time. Keeping it simple. Don't recreate the wheel, right? They've already done it for us. But I also love how you said, like 12 years ago, what Scentsy was and what it is now. Can you imagine what it's going to be 10 years from now? I mean, even Scentsy's learning, guys. Like, so we're learning, they're learning, we're all in this together, you know? So yeah, I can't even imagine what it's going to be like 10 years from now. But thank you, Allison, for sharing that. That's so smart. Yep. Anybody else? Don't be shy. All right, well, if you guys are going to be shy, I guess we're going to let you guys go a minute early. But don't stop recruiting. We still have, what, 2 weeks left for the $20 join promotion. Don't worry about who you're recruiting. Like Allison said, it's not a popularity contest. It's about building your team and helping other people. And sometimes some of the people you recruit become some of your best friends. You just don't even know. It could be a total stranger. And then now I can't imagine my life without some of these girls that I knew, I was blessed to know because of Scentsy. So it's mind blowing. So don't, keep doing what you're doing. Keep recruiting. This is the perfect month to do it. And then we'll see what else Scentsy has in store for us next month. So thank you guys for connecting. I hope you guys have a great Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday already. Yay. So have a good weekend and keep working your business. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Thank
you.
you.